Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a tough little booger, Gary Butterfield.
I'm trying, mister.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a tough boy for you, mister.
Trying, mister, but I'm 40 now, and now I get sleep injuries.
Just buy
all
a
the
pape,
time.
mister. Won't you buy a pape? It's an extra edition.
Extra, the Joker has attacked, Mr. Wayne. Don't you want to know? Oh, why are you smirking at me, Mr. Wayne?
Mr. Wayne, why are you
Are
smirking
you Batman?
so much?
Is that why you're smirking?
Are you the fucking Batman over here, you piece of shit?
Batman.
I fucking
Batman,
hate you.
I'm a humble newsie, but I still think that I'm going to expose your secret identity.
Yeah, why you beat up so many poor people, Mr. Batman? What the fuck's up with that?
I want to kill you to buy a fucking paper.
Gary, we've inadvertently pitted two Bobby Moynihan characters against each other.
Yeah, and versus Batman.
Yeah, also a Bobby Moynihan character.
Yeah, Bobby Moynihan versus Batman.
Anyway, this is
Snyder
Everything to
Cut.
Guppy, the podcast where we talk about how funny Bobby Moynihan is.
He's a funny man.
He's a funny man.
Like how he just lets himself be chonky.
Not like that
talking
Andy Samberg who he knows in the fucking gym day and night.
Yeah, or Andy
to get
Daly.
that noodly physique.
I get Andy Daly to get a nice pot gut.
I think Andy Daly's pretty fat. Are we talking about Andy Daly or Andy Samberg, Gary? I know you're not feeling well, but we got to get our priors right.
Well, I was talking about Andy Daly, and it's another example of a too skinny improv guy.
Okay. Do you feel? I don't think Andy Daly's that skinny.
He's pretty thin.
Oh. Fix that, Andy Daly.
Thin, but
I'm
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah, Andy Daly, drink more of those Heinekens. You're always shilling.
God, fucking. I hate Andy Daly ads because they don't mix
so
well with
beneath
the
him.
persona. Well, like Scott Aukerman does an ad, and you can feel he allows the contempt into his voice, and it feels right. He's still advertising it, but it feels authentic. Like you don't ever forget Scott Aukerman is being paid to say these things.
Whereas Andy Daly tries to take it genuine.
Yeah, he's trying to be like a professional.
Yeah, he still got to get those like CarMax commercial gigs and stuff. He doesn't have it made in the shade, you know.
That's true. He's still got to get hired for weird cameos on The Office.
Yeah, that's a great cameo on The Office.
Yeah, I know.
This is a good item.
It is a good item. This is
like
sinus
this as well?
infection.
I love this item. This is one of my favorite
say what
items of like the new batch.
Gary, I know you got your sleep injuries, but we got to say what the items are before we get into what they are.
No, we're just gonna say if they're good and if I like them.
Okay, they can see I usually put the name in the title.
Then people can guess.
Yeah. Ooh, our humble guessing game.
I am no longer a guessing boy. Don't you dare. Not today.
A humble guessing senior.
I have no enigmas in my hand.
In the morning, Gary's a guessing baby. In the afternoon, he's a guessing man. And now, in the twilight of his years,
mummy.
The riddle of the Sphinx incorporates a mummy. How thematic.
Yeah. It's
walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and is wrapped in gauze and curses in the evening.
Or what if the riddle of the Sphinx involved the Sphinx as well? Like what walks on 4 legs in the morning, 3 legs in the 3 legs in the evening.
Has 2 legs and is real hungry for riddle guessers right now.
Yeah.
This guy
has 2 legs depending on how you define them. I hurt my back in my sleep. And I'm hoping it's not a big repeat of my now famous back injury, but it has a lot of the same telltale signs.
I'm also hoping that, Gary. It was miserable to be your friend during that time.
Yep, I was not fun.
In a sympathy point of view, I had to put a lot of energy into sympathy that I normally put into thinking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So
yeah, it's you had to go read the TV tropes entry for sympathy. More often than you normally do.
That's the only way I can perform friendship is if I just like have that TV tropes, like all the friendship tropes up. Like, oh yeah, I guess I am the Lancer.
Yeah, I guess this is why he's acting like a cloud cuckoo lander. I go into a doctor tomorrow, everybody. But
Gary turns into a doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, sinus infection. This is the good booger item. That when you hit an enemy, you have a chance to stick a booger on them, and the booger just hangs on and does extra damage.
Yeah, which is just poison, but it's so much more aesthetically pleasant.
Stacks.
Yeah, it stacks. That's a good point. Like each booger, like it does the same thing as like the sticky grenades. So it just sticks to them and just pulses and does damage. And you can just keep dropping them on there. And hey, if you get the trinket that also does exactly this, you can really lay them on.
Yeah. You get this with like soy milk. Mm-hmm. You just like absolutely coat the enemy with these boogers and their health will just melt. Like stacking damage over time is a big difference.
Although the booger damage is equal to Isaac's tear damage. So soy milk will have the negative effect there.
Yeah.
And they stick around for a minute. A full fucking minute.
A full minute, which in this game is many rooms.
Yeah, like I think they can fall off if the enemy like jumps off the screen, which sucks.
They can.
Or even jump at all. So it sucks against like monster or whatever, but enemies who don't do that is good.
I also like that there's the trinket version of this that is exactly as good.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite trinkets in the game because it's like, shit, that's like a really great item and I just got it for free, baby.
Gary, I know you're hurting, but I already mentioned it like 2 minutes ago.
I was thinking about
Buffy the Vampire
Slayer.
Yeah.
Of course.
I do comfort myself to sleep every night by writing Buffy the Vampire's fan fiction in my head. So
yeah,
that's true. That's a really
Dream
true
Buffy
fact,
up
man.
to? Well, I thought you wrote spec scripts for like Night Court and shit, or Towers of Hanoi.
I do Towers of Hanoi sometimes, but I do not do spec scripts for Night Court, Gary. And not because that's not an amazing idea, because I'm not funny enough to write Night Court jokes.
But you are funny enough to write fan fiction for Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Well, because it's not funny; it's just dramatic.
Oh. What's your
not
dream Buffy up
not
to?
Sexy fan fiction?
That's good to know. Who could get to sleep with that? What's your dream Buffy up to?
It's mostly trying to figure out why she doesn't get paid
to be a vampire slayer.
Yeah. Like there's a massive there's a massive organization of like old people who are paid to watch her, but no one's like, oh, maybe we should give the Slayer a stipend so she doesn't have to work a shitty job.
That is a good question, actually.
Yeah,
it's like something that Joss Whedon would have answered in the comics.
Yeah, but he was too busy creating traumatic women to fetishize.
Yep,
traumatized women, rather. Sorry.
Yeah,
not just traumatic.
Yeah, this woman is like my ex-wife.
I don't know. It was pretty traumatic when Willow turned out to be gay. Had a lot of crushes going on there.
Yeah.
Down with the ship.
Down with the ship, as they say in TV tropes.
Sure fucking
a common reference, as they say in TV tropes. We have something in common, is the trope that we just called for us both naming that.
I'm a broken person, Gary.
You know what I've been doing instead of reading TV tropes?
What's that, buddy? Living your life? Trying to feel happy for a minute?
Yeah, you wish. I can't stay in one position for more than like 90 seconds, including when I'm sleeping without pain right now.
Me trying to feel happy? You wish.
Yeah, I'm definitely not living my life. But I've been reading old Shadowrun modules because I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to rehabilitate for a campaign I'm going to run.
Nice.
And that's very fun.
Yeah, I've not read, like, I have the most recent Shadowrun player book, but I have never read, like, any written Shadowrun adventures.
They're cool.
Yeah, a lot of orcs?
Yeah. Some orcs from time to time. But lots of, they really stick to the, like, the players don't really know. Too few to more mention. Well, that old trope. They really stick to the players don't really know what's going on, like your pawns in this really huge game.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's really fun to see all this stuff that like, oh, like the players would never fucking know that, but that's sick.
I mean, that's, Gary, you're talking to a man who loves to know things that other people don't know. So
yeah, I get into reading old Shadowrun modules.
Absolutely. Find out all of Lofier's secrets. Read
them at a faster pace than me so you know things I don't know.
Oh, Gary, I actually that gave me a feeling.
Well, that's depressing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, this is sad me out now. Now I'm mentally and physically in pain.
Yay! I'm winning the podcast.
Well, the goal is to defeat him, right? Yep. They did it.
So, Gary, if people like this show, we're running them fast this week due to Gary's pain.
Because I need to be in different positions. I have to do semaphore until I... so if people like this, they go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and kick us some bumps.
Yeah. Give us a little bit of money. When you support the network, you make it easier for Gary to have access to medicine in his weird-ass career that he's forged for himself.
Life-giving medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might get a referral to a chiropractor tomorrow, so I get to have that fun experience.
Nice. Get to hang out with the back quack.
Yeah.
That's what my mom always used to call him.
Who used to call him that?
My mom.
Oh, that's very cute. That's extremely cute. Anyway, ratings reviews are also a thing.
Yeah, this one's a little rough conceptually, but I'm gonna go with it. It's in Podcast Addict. It's from Cuck Bumble. Thanks. 5 stars. My wife's boyfriend hates this podcast, so I listen to it when they're asleep. Occasionally, I have to stop myself from laughing so they don't wake up, but other times not so much. Keep at it.
Classic Cuck Bumble.
Yeah, a real classic Bumble Cuck.
Yeah. From Bumblecuck, Indiana, a.k.a. Terre Haute.
Hey.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Our classic sign-off.
Yeah. This is the good night trope. Good night, tropers.
Good night, tropers.
Good night, tropers. I hope to see you tomorrow.
Well, now we got to do that to end every episode, Gary.
I know.